and the Labor Day races, the only other time a car turned a wheel at Syracuse was during Super Dirt Week. It was not something where somebody had a home track advantage. So having that neutral territory, you run it once a year, it's a completely different animal from anything else. And the fact that it's not a full mile, it's a shorter track, so it's a little bit more in the wheelhouse for drivers and competitors to race on the half miles that are around the area. I think by all means, Dirt Week should continue at Oswego for the foreseeable future. I don't see any reason to move it.
And Super Dirt Week will be back, of course, at Oswego Speedway in September. Normally it's right after Labor Day, of course. That is a big monster event that they have put together with the World Racing Group and, of course, also dirt car racing and Oswego Speedway. But I'm telling you, Paul, one time or another in my life, I'm telling you, it is a track on my bucket list. I want to go to Oswego Speedway for the Budweiser Classic. I got to go to that event. I want to see 200 laps of the International Super Modifieds on that place. I got to come see it sometime.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of covering a couple of the Oswego Classics for television back in the day, and there's an addition this year. My good buddy Jody London has moved his father's Superstock Memorial Race to Oswego, and it's going to be on the Friday of Classic weekend. There's never been a full-up, big-time, full-fendered race to go along with it. So now you get the trifecta. You got the Superstocks on Friday, you have ISMA and the Whelen Modified Tour on Saturday, and then you have the Classic on Sunday. That's a race weekend.
Definitely going to be a fun time. Paul Szmal, thank you so much for your time, my friend. We're going to get these drivers on. I figured I'd let you be on a little bit longer than they are because you're an announcer like I am. You're a broadcaster. You can talk. We talk, right? We talk. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm actually interested in listening to Bubba Pollard talk because I always love to hear the stories from the guys that are doing all the winning. And man, Pollard is lights out. We know him by reputation up here, and thanks to MAP TV coverage and stuff like that, we actually get to see this guy in the office.
That's right.
And do what he does. So mad props to Bubba Pollard.
Absolutely, of course. We got him coming up here in just a moment. So, Paul, real quickly, buddy, let everybody know how they can follow you on social media. Thanks for being on Finish Line this morning.
All right. Easiest way to follow along with me is you can hit my Facebook page. The spelling, if you're watching the Facebook Live feed, you'll see it in the right up there because it's spelled a little different than it sounds. Twitter, you can find me at 1017 Wall Paul. Same on Instagram. So
there you go. Paul, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you being on, and we'll do it again another time.
Yeah, and one of these days, you and I will have to tag team at some point again. We got to figure that out.
We got to figure out something. King of the Concrete, WKA at Daytona, somewhere, somehow, some way, we got to find our paths crossing the line again. I know it's been a long time since we worked together, but we've got that same type of energy. You're just about 2 decades older than me.
Hey, you know what? Coffee helps, man. I'm telling you.
I had to throw that jab in there at the last second, but it is all respects to you, my friend. You're definitely one of the best in the business, and I'm glad to call you a friend.
All right, much appreciated, and you are one of the best guys I know in the business as well, Wesley. So right back at you.
Thank you, buddy. You take care of yourself. And stay warm.
All right. Later,
Paul
man.
Szmal from New York. Paul Szmal from New York joining us on the program there. And, of course, I had to throw that little jab in there because, hey, we're colleagues. We got to, if you can't pick on the people you work with, then they don't, it's like what the people at Fast Track Companies International tell me. If we didn't pick on you, if we didn't play with you, if we didn't joke with you, then we don't like you. So when people play with you, don't get butthurt and feel like you're being bullied. It could be that they're just playing with you. We live in a world today where you pretty much can have common sense to know when somebody's being mean to you, playing with you, or picking on you, or they're just jerking your chain. So Paul Szmal, awesome guy, awesome individual. Glad to call him a friend in this industry. We are getting ready to go to the phone lines now. Our podcast rolls on. Coming up, we're going to talk to Bubba Pollard next. Bubba Pollard is joining me here in just a few moments. In addition to that, we are also going to be talking to Brandon Pierce, winner, driving for Lee Pulliam in the late model stock event. That's coming up here as well. And In addition to that, we will also be getting Chester on the line. Chester was the big winner over the weekend in the 11th annual running of the MODOK 100. All of that's coming up on Finish Line, Fox Sports Radio, Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio, Tuned In, iTunes, and, of course, archives will be up in a bit as well on Tuned In. Joining me on the program, my colleague, respected veteran broadcaster, recently retired, Jack Arute, says that this driver is by far the most talented man in the business when it comes to regional, national, late model racing. Joining me on the program from Genoa, Georgia, it is the 26th entry of Bubba Pollard, winner of the Solid Rock Carriers late model, super late model portion of the events at Southern National for the Cars Tour. Bubba, and a damn good friend. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to Finish Line.
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you taking your time on this Wednesday morning to join us. Talk about how 2019's been for you so far. I mean, a matter of fact, I want to say you're getting right out of the gate preparing for the Rattler this weekend. Am I correct? At South Alabama.
We are. We had to make a quick turnaround after this weekend at Southern National, and getting ready to go. We're excited. Our 2019 season's got off to a good start, I feel like, but I feel like at the same time we let some slip through our hands, and we could have had the opportunity to win quite a few more races. So that's all we can do is keep preparing fast race cars and putting ourselves in position, and let the rest unfold and handle itself. So we've had a good start to the season so far.
Bubba Pollard joins us on the program. Of course, many accolades, and one of the things that I had the privilege to be a part of, that crazy fool Mad Dog Mark Newton of the Mini Stock Minute Live said that you were the driver of the year for the mini stock class. You don't even race mini stocks, but you were just the all-time driver of the year, and I had the privilege of being one of the guests of enshrining you into the driver of the year award for the Mini Stock Minute Live at PRI in Indianapolis, and we had a fun time that night in Indy for sure.
Yeah, he sure is a character. And it was funny that I was mini stock driver of the year. So people kept telling me, "Where are you going? What you doing?" I said, "I gotta go accept this award at Indy." And it was cool. That guy's a great guy. Every time we see him at the racetrack, right there in Sonoy at our home track, he's a character. So we had a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun doing that for him.
Absolutely. Again, now we're joined by Bubba Pollard. Bubba, talk about, man, racing late models, racing super late models, racing dirt late models. You're good friends with the Cat Daddy Clint Smith as well, one of the best, one of the original World of Outlaw drivers back in 2004, also from Genoa, Georgia. Do you like the opportunities of being the racing asphalt, racing dirt, being able to do back and forth? I mean, I've been to times where you have literally raced super late models on the asphalt, Five Flag Speedway, pro late models, double down, won, then hightailed it to East Alabama Motor Speedway. Well, by the way, the Bama Bash will be this weekend at East Alabama. 3,000 win for the National Late Model Supercar Series, 2,000 win for the brand new National Late Model 602 Sportsman Series, and so much more. EAMSDirt.com for information on that. But I've seen you go from asphalt to dirt in the same weekend. You love it that much.
Oh, I enjoy it. It's there's nothing better than being in a race car every day of the week if I could. Going down there and doing the World Series of Asphalt with David Rogers and those guys was a great opportunity for us. And I really enjoy racing the dirt car. I enjoy going, jumping in that thing later on in the afternoons, having fun, and that's what it's all about. Being able to race as much as you can. And our family there, has ties with the dirt. We built a dirt track there in Sonoy in the early or late 60s, early 70s.
Right.
And, that's really where we come from, and no one really knows that. So we have, a lot of ties to the dirt community, and, it's a lot of fun to be able to go back and do that after so many years, of growing up around it and things like that. So a lot of people don't know that about us, but we enjoy racing, all forms of racing. It doesn't matter whether it's wheelbarrow racing or racing across the road or what it might be. So we just enjoy racing and love to do it.
Dennis Bold says, and I quote, Bubba, thank you for stopping in at Southern National this weekend. It was awesome to watch you work. You're a master behind the wheel of that race car.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a lot goes into it. It's not only me driving. It's the guys I got helping me, and the guys that work hard. That the time and effort it takes to go in there. It's a lot of work between all of us, not only myself, but the guys that help me us involved as well. And having good people, having good people sponsor wise and crew wise, it can go a long way. And I feel like that's the reason we've been successful over the last few years is we've surrounded ourselves by a great group of guys, and we all love to win. So that's a big part of it.
Bubba Pollard, I'm going to ask you kind of a difficult question here, but I hope you give me an honest answer. Why have you not made it up to the NASCAR ranks yet? Why have you not made it to Xfinity Series or trucks or somewhere to make it up to that NASCAR level? Is it because you choose to not do it? Family man, work? What is it that's keeping you from being a NASCAR driver?
Well, the biggest thing is just sponsorship. I've never had the opportunity. I've been fortunate, lucky enough to have a family that loves racing. That we work hard every day to be able to go racetrack, and that's we can afford short track, late model racing. But as far as that, I've never gotten offered anything, any sponsorship, big sponsorship to take me to the next level and things like that. So, if the opportunity arose, one day, growing up, that was what it was all about, and that's what we wanted to do. But, I'm happy doing what I do. I enjoy, going to the short track racing. I have a lot of friends and family. We do it as a family. My sister helps me, my parents, my little girl and my wife can enjoy it, and
right.
We have a lot of friends at the short tracks. So that's very important to us, and just the right opportunity has to arise, I think, for me to move on to the next level. But I would like to show people I feel like I can do it, and there's I may not be able to, but I at least want to I feel like I can show someone what we can do, and just not the right opportunity, I guess.
Jonathan Grissop has a question for you via social media. Remember, as always, use the hashtag finish line. Coming up in a moment, we're going to talk to the late model stock winner of the Solid Rock Carriers 300. As we're talking to Bubba Pollard right now, the super late model winner. We're talking to Brandon Pierce coming up here in a moment, driving for Lee Pulliam, a big-time NASCAR Wheeling national champion, winner of Martinsville, and now stepping out of the race car, being a car owner, car chief, and allowing Brandon Pierce to get the big win, that emotional win over Josh Berry at Southern National. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Jonathan Grissop says, Bubba Pollard, what's your thoughts on racing at Greenville Pickens Speedway? How tricky is that track to tame?
Well, Greenville has been a kind of a sore subject for us. I know where he's going with that, I'm sure, but I've never been to Greenville, but that one time. I've been there before, never raced at Greenville Pickens, and it is a tough place. It's you carry a lot of speed down the straightaway, and that thing is no bank and it's flat. So
right.
it's a place that you have to change your driving style, and we had to adapt fast and quickly. But yeah, it's a tough place to get around. It's a fun. We didn't have the best of the outcome there, but we had a good car and possibly shot at the win. So hopefully we can get to go there sometime here soon.
Justin McCowan says Bubba said he will run in the Orange County Speedway 30,000 to win race. Is he still planning on running that? Keep in digging. And Dennis Bold says, and I quote, NASCAR fans aren't ready for Bubba Pollard.
That's funny. Yeah, our plan is to run, the late model stock race here at ours in a couple weeks. We're excited about that. I enjoy the late model stocks. A lot of people said that, we didn't have a shot when we come to Martinsville, and I feel like we've proved some of those guys wrong, and just really looking forward to get back in the race car. They do a great job, Fathead and Jamie Yelton do a great job with the late model stock, and it's a lot of fun. It was out of my element. Really had to learn a lot about braking. Those cars have no brake steerings, a lot different, but we had run some ARCA races in the past, so it was kind of something we were used to, but Martinsville was tricky for us. Never been there, never been in that car, so it was a challenge. And we had a lot of fun doing it. We learned a lot. I feel like we can take over to Orange County here in a couple of weeks and get going. The rules are a little more lenient in the car store. So as far as what you can do to the car and things like that. So more to what